Hello everyone, and welcome back to All of the Mods 9. All of the Mods 9. We're back. We've got a lot of stuff going on, which is pretty cool, pretty fun. And we're going to do a lot more of it today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Now, I've spoken before how I'm a little bit disappointed with how I've set stuff up in terms of... I wish I did rows this way, as well as rows this way, as in like all of our different Mace Raiders that we have, because there might be like some more sprinkled down there. If we had them all in a section, as opposed to sprinkled how we have them. So I'll try to do that from now on. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Who knows what I'll end up doing. But yeah, whatever. We're back. So I believe what we're trying to do is get our hands on some ethylene, because we're making our way towards the circuit. You know, we're Greg taking it up. And so I think we want to do this. We want to get some biomass buckets. We were trying to cheese the ethylene because we've got ethylene from a different mods, from Immersive Engineering. And so we're trying to do that, but it didn't really work. Like, we've got the ethylene, but it's like, it is stubborn in that it's like the other mod's ethylene. And I don't really know if I have a way to switch that. In the past, there's been like, they call it dictionary stuff. See, like, there's an ore dictionifier thingy-majiggy. Unify and translate between various items and blocks. Yeah. Now, I might try this, because if it works, then it's awesome. And the dictionary here says it talks about fluids. Let's give it a shot. Like, genuinely. Now, we are on the latest version of the pack. We have the ability to bookmark a recipe. Oh. Wow. Look at that. Listen, guys. It's not every day that you get a new feature in just enough items. This is big. We need to understand what we're dealing with here. So we hold shift and it will just show us the recipe, as opposed to normal stuff. And I'm guessing it's this specific recipe in terms of for sulfur. Oh, that's awesome. There's so many ways to make sulfur, but I can say, I'm only going to be using essence, so I bookmark it, right? And then, you know, I'm in my crafting grid, blah blah blah. I can see it right here. Shift click to craft one, control click to craft many. Oh, this might be a game changer. We gotta see how it works. This is exciting. Oh, it's okay. Good fun happening. All right, let's make this thing. We will need a dictionary. We'll need that stuff. I've changed some of the mods around as well. I use a mod. Normally, it was like an embedium extra. It was like rubidium extras to begin with. It was magnesium extras to begin with, to be honest. And it would allow me to do borderless full screen, which when you're recording, it makes things so much easier because your game doesn't crash every time you launch OBS. Whatever. So I'm using something different, and I'm not sure if it's that's causing... Like, I don't know if you saw, after I clicked the thing, it was sending my, like, cursor to the top. I don't know what's causing that, but I'm not a fan of it. Whatever it is. So we did make one of those, cool. And so now I'm making this. Cool. Let's go give this a test. Oh, look at how beautiful the world looks. Shaders in use today. Oh, that's not the right button. The shaders in use today are Bliss Shaders. Yeah. Alright, so I believe over by the reactor. So if we jump to the end, which didn't really work. We'll fly over here. It's going to be a little bit laggy, so buckle in. You know, brace yourself here. But if we head in a certain direction, particularly this direction, we should have our ethylene. In fact, there's some actually in the system I probably could have just yoinked. Fluid grid. We should have some ethylene. Ethanol? What am I thinking of? We did have it in here at some point, and we were turning it into a fluid. It's not oxygen, rubber, blah, blah, gasoline, blah, creosote, blah. Soul lava, slime, plastic, honey, milk, meat, essence, water. I have no idea. What was I dealing with here? Where were we making? We're making it in here. Is it just ethanol, and the ethanol can turn into... Or maybe they changed it. I'm not sure. Let's order some ethanol. Crafting grid. Ethanol. We've got bucket of ethanol. And I'm hoping to turn it into this GregTech ethanol, which is what you turn the biomass into. Yeah. So the idea is that we get this guy, I chuck in this, and it lets me change it. Now, as you can see, that's not really doing it. There are item inputs. There's no option for fluid inputs. I can add a filter, but I don't think that's going to particularly help me. No, it's not really doing anything. Okay, we tried. So in terms of the dictionary, it does appear as though there's only an or version from Mechanism. Industrial Foregoing at one point had one, I believe, for fluids. A little bit sad, but I guess it is what it is. The dictionary only goes into that guy. There's no other little option. Okay. Well, we tried. How does this guy work? Blah, blah, blah. I don't actually know how to work. Oh, I guess you right-click the thing. Okay, well, yeah. Anyhow, we did try. We gave it our best. Alright, let's, how do I get back to the promised land? This guy. Cool. By the way, we can probably set up the ATM star at this point. I imagine we've gotten enough nether stars in the background. But we're Greg taking it at this point. I don't know if I've said that previously, but that is sort of where we're at the moment. We're just Greg taking it around. Cool. Okay. So yeah, we need ethanol. So we're just gonna follow this through. Biomass makes biochaff. The biomass is made out of the liquid, which is made out of, I think, the brewery, which is water and thing. That's what this guy's saying. Alternatively, why is it talking about that other stuff? Oh, because we can chuck that in a pyrolysis oven, and we get 5 buckets for 4 biochaff, as opposed to millibuckets coming out of this guy. Or biochaff gives you that as well. Yeah, so we definitely... Saplings seem to be pretty good as well, but the biochaff is ideally what we want. That's made from macerating plant balls. Sure. Plant balls are made from either extracting wood pulp, so we've probably got a few of them. It's a low percentage. Or we get it from compressing stuff. So arguably not any better, because you're using like 8 potatoes to make one of them, but we're just going to trust the process. I imagine that it actually is good for you. So we'll probably do something like that. Now, what's the play in this situation? What do we have the most of? What's the easiest to get the most of? I'd imagine it's like sugarcane or something. Let's have a look in here. If we go sugarcane, we've got 1,000. We do have a sugarcane farm. With that being said, 1,000 is not much. I'm guessing that's just our sort of storage for it. If we check the front page, we don't particularly have anything that's standing out as biomassable. Maybe wheat. We might end up just doing that. Cool. But this is one of the problems I have, where I don't actually know if we have a compressor set up. I genuinely don't know. Also, have the textures changed? I feel like the advanced stuff, I feel like things look better. I don't know if it's just been a while, but it's the vibe I'm getting. Let's have a look. We'll see if we have a compressor. I apologize that this is my method of finding it. And compressor. Yeah, we do have one. Here he is. Cool. This guy's set up without any circuit settings. He's currently making wood pulp. Cool. And what am I attempting to do here? Ideally, I want to make this platform come out, but we don't have any of the stone brick because we're poor. I'm trying to think of... I don't know how to make this nicer without having to, like, redo the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to just pick this up and move it. I know there is a cut-paste tool, but I don't think it works as well as I want it to. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Because ideally, like, I could set up portals that lead me over here. I'm really trying to think of the best way to do it. I think I just need to have a good memory. Alright, let's go set up the network over here. Boom, boom. Alright, the pattern grid is set up. So we can now search for our plant ball. As you can see, we've got 19 of them. They're not doing too well in that department, but we can go ahead and do 8 wheat for a plant ball, 15 seconds. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but that's what we're going to do for now. I'm happy with that. Jump down here, chuck that in. He should be good to go. Awesome. Next on our menu is obviously macerating this guy. Now we're just going to tell him, what does he do? He makes 1, right? Or he makes 2. He makes 2 guaranteed, and then you might get some extra. So I'm going to tell it that he gets 2. I'm going to be like, hey, by the way, buddy, you're going to get 2. And we'll just hope that he's happy with that. Assemblers, where are they? I think it's this guy over here, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. This guy, you should be happy to receive that. Cool. Hopefully all of that works. See how that goes. So that guy's going to turn it into biochaff. That's what I'm going to call it. I can brewery it. Brewery? Like a brewery? And that seems pretty good. I think I'm happy with that. I think we've got a brewery. We're probably just going to put water in there infinitely, so I think we're fine with that. And do we just have the brewery set up? Distillery, brewery. This guy, he's already hooked up to allow fluids to enter. He's not hooked up the way that I want him to because I need him to get fluids. What's the play here? What's the play here? I think I can just make this guy the buffer. The ME buffer, ingredient buffer, this friendly guy. He can become that. Should still work just as before, only he'll actually accept fluids this time. And then the fluids will have to go into a fluid guy. And I don't remember what fluid guy we use. Oh, we've been importing it. Yeah. Alright, all is well. Brewery. Let's go tank. Let's go importer. We might have an importer on us, but that's fine. Yeah, that's what those are. I wasn't certain. I thought it'd be faster just to look. Alright, what do we do? He goes there. This guy goes blop, blop, blop. Tell him, by the way, you can do fluids. And pow, cool. This guy's not even hooked up. What a lazy bugger I was. Alright, we can make this happen. Alright, I think that's all set up correctly. Insert extracts, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking that should work. Cool. Now, I want to put the water in myself. I might regret that at some point, I'm not sure. But for now, I can probably just chuck this guy here. We can just manually get some fluid pipes, possibly. Oh, do I want to use some of this? I think I do. I like the look of it. It's time well spent. There we go. Cool, so he's got water. He'll need a flux point. Some I prepared earlier. He's got power, he's advanced, so he should be nice and fast, and he should be able to make the good stuff. The biomass, cool. Now the biomass, we've already got a lot of this stuff set up. We were making these machines last episode, I believe. This stuff will go into a chemical reactor. No, he will go into a distillery, and he'll make ethanol when given a wood pulp. Or if I program him differently, he'll give me a wood pulp and water. I don't know why we'd want that, but the point is, we could. We could if we wanted to. We'd also ferment it. So if I click on ethanol, let's see what our options are. Biomass or fermented biomass. Fermented biomass will give me less, but it will give me a fertilizer. The normal one will just give me a decent amount of ethanol. Otherwise, we can make a little bit out of some wood, but that does not seem worth it at all. And then what's this? Fermented biomass gives us just about everything under the sun. That might be good. Eventually, like when we need a bunch of stuff. But at the moment, I think we're just going to chuck it in the distillery. Which is obviously this guy. He's going to have some fun. He's already hooked up. Is this guy hooked up? Not at all. Cool. Let's see what we got. So, biomass, distillery. We want this one here. Program 6. They changed the textures. Very nice. It's just clicked fully that like that's what's happened. They've definitely changed the textures. And I'm so far a fan of them. I realize these look a lot different than what they did before. I like that. I'm a fan. I'm a fan so far. I'll let you guys know if that changes. But that should be fine. We are making another fluid. So we will need a buffer. I won't lie, I thought I automated this in this guy, but obviously that's not happening, so I don't really know why I thought that. Oh, I want to try the bookmark. So if I control click, what happens? I can just keep ordering it. Wow. And if I hold shift, it'll tell me when it's done, and I can... Well, I don't really know. It's not really... So if I control click at the moment, it will place it in here. If I... Okay, cool. But because it's... Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It's taking me a little bit to catch up with how it works, but I'm getting there. Let's get tank. Boom. 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 Cool. That's not where I wanted that. Alright. We'll obviously do a test run, make sure all this stuff is working as intended. I imagine it is, but we'll see how that goes. Item fluid. That's working really nicely. I don't remember setting that up, but I'm grateful that previous me did. Extract, insert. Oh, I'm going to need 2 fluids here. Yeah, because I'm going to need to actually extract from this guy and insert into there, and then I'm going to need to extract from here and insert into there. And that should work. Fingers crossed, but everything's hooked up, except for power, which we'll do here. Power still works. They haven't patched away that or anything. And then this guy, I believe, need to be a circuit 1. I believe that's how that works. This guy here, I don't think needed to. Cool. So, if we go into fluid, we should have ethanol, craft available to make, etc., etc. So that's on its way. It's going to be macerating the stuff. Once it's done, we should get some in here, along with the wood pulp. I believe it's 2 per, which is obviously why we see things how we do currently. Now, the macerators shouldn't be that slow. So I'm expecting to see it sooner than I already am seeing it. Because I believe it's just the plant bowl in the machine. So we'll go check this. Maybe there's a chunk loading issue or something. So they should be hopping in here. There is plant bowl. Ooh, but it probably needs to be a better macerator, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Oh, but it needs 2 per. And this guy, the way I've got him set up, he takes 1. He's not really... Yeah, interesting. Let's have him do stacks. And I'm gonna set this to put 2 in each. So I'm gonna copy this. And I'm gonna paste it. And then that should work from now on. So I'll just take that out, chuck that in there. And then I'll take that out and chuck that in there. But it should work for the rest. That should be fine. These guys are a little bit slow. What am I looking at if I wanted to make a bunch more? I don't necessarily need a bunch more, but if I wanted to make like 10, it says we're allowed to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we do that? I think that's a worthy investment. Oh, it's done instantly. What a world we live in. These guys don't really have much going on. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. All I need to do, I believe, is that on each of them. Now, there was a... I think you can use a wrench on the back or something. I don't know. I already forgot what it was. But that should work anyhow. And then these machines should be running. They may have already done it. Oh, we've got biomass. Cool. I didn't tell this guy... No, this guy is set up to extract. I didn't give him a minimum rate or anything. Or a max rate. I think I need to. So what we'll do is we'll just set this guy up to be 5,000. And the insertion rate will be 5,000. It's not really doing it, is it? Allow fluids to input from the output side. I'm not clicking that every time. It's just doing it every time. So we've got biomass. That's hooked up. This guy exists. We told him to insert. The thing's enabled. Advanced brewery. Extract in the fluid grid. Insert in there. Don't disable, just extract, insert. Not too sure. We can do 1 bucket at a time. Maybe it's upset. Maybe it's like, hey, I don't have 5 buckets. He doesn't really seem to care. Alright, I think this has happened before, and I don't remember what I was doing wrong. So... Biomass. Uh-huh. And now extract and insert. The tanks work. I guess I can... No, I just set this guy up. Let's go consult one of our other tanks over here. How do we do it? We're extracting. We don't even have anything selected, and then we're just inserting. Literally nothing hooked up. Nothing crazy at all. And it's meant to just work. So that's good. That's what you like to see. All right. Cool. Extract. I will say... No, I won't say. I have no idea. Why do I feel like I'm going cuckoo? Oh, maybe it's not fluid. No, it is fluid. Yeah, it's a liquid. I just gaslight myself. It's not a fluid. That's my problem, see? Okay. Interesting. Alright, if I get a bucket of biomass, I can pour it in there and it gets sucked up. So it's not a problem that, like, it can't go in a bucket and it can't go in there. It can and it does. I can disconnect this. That might make it a little bit easier to see what we're dealing with, but nothing realistically should change. This guy should extract. Let's toggle this thing twice. You know what I mean? Maybe that's... So this side... Output west, which is there. And that's where the fluid should output. And that's what we've got it set up to do. Man! Why does this always happen to me? I swear it's identical to the other thing. I mean, for now, I guess I can just sort of manually do it. As in, I can, just, like, pipe it into the system. I know I can set up an importer, but I'm not really planning on... I don't really know what I'm doing. But I don't really understand why it's not taking the biomass out. So we'll go here and say that can output. And that seemed to work. Maybe I'll try right-clicking the back a bit more. Maybe I can get it to work again. Yeah, let's try this again. Let's go biomass and order some of that. This guy should get some stuff pretty soon, assuming everything's working. I don't know. Fingers crossed. That guy should get stuff soon. Is anything happening here? We're making biomass. The ethanol, we should have biomass in the system. I placed biomass in there, so that shouldn't be a problem. This guy now has more biomass. Interesting. And I'm going to tell him, I'm going to, like, double right-click that. So it's set up to order, output. It doesn't care. It doesn't care. Second I place this. Set that guy up to extract. Tell him to do it on that side, and it works. Cool. Once again, not particularly sure what's going wrong here. I'm probably doing something wrong. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Regardless, it seems like stuff's working, which is fine. In saying that, for whatever reason, the ethanol isn't really happening. I've obviously ordered the ethanol and it's not doing its thing. I'll go consult these guys here. None of these have biomass in them. Some of them have coal dust, which is fine. It looks like they made it. That's okay. But aside from that, I don't know. Is it a compressor issue? This guy's making, like, wood pulp and stuff? Is there a bunch of plant balls cooking up? Not really. Okay. We do have a bucket worth, so I guess it's sort of working. Sure. Okay, cool. Yeah. We've got a bucket of ethanol. Ta-da! Yay. If I grab some bio chaff, we can get that, chaff. It doesn't matter. We can at least get that quest done, so I'll order some of that. We definitely probably want a bunch of this kept in the system, at least to some degree. So what we'll do is we'll get that up and rolling. Now, these guys are all set to do... Oh, this guy does fluids. 10 buckets worth. 10 buckets of ethanol. That sounds like a good idea, right? I think I can just click that in. Cool. So that... Don't really know what he's doing. We'll cancel it. Whatever. But he should get around to ordering it. Currently, we've got some liquid rubber being ordered. Who knows if that's working? We cancel it as well. And that should all be fine. Yeah, we got a bunch of this stuff being made. Cool. Yeah. That's pretty much it, right? If I grab one of these out, I can finish that quest. That finishes half the quest. Beautiful. Ethylene. Cool. So, chemical reactor will make ethylene, I betcha. Ethylene at Greg. Alright, that doesn't really narrow it down, does it? Ethylene bucket. Made out of ethylene. Made in... What's this? Not that. Chemical reactor. And ethanol and sulfuric acid will give us our bucket of ethylene. Otherwise, we need carbon dioxide and glycerol. Glycerol? And we'll also need a high voltage. So that's not happening, but this one might. Let's bookmark the recipe. Cool. Alright. Well, while we're here, we'll make the pattern for it. So that'll be this. Sulfuric acid and ethanol. Now, sulfuric acid we should have a bunch of. That should actually be fine. And yet here we are without it. Interesting. We should have access to a bunch of sulfuric acid. If not in this system, in a different system. Mechanism big time should have access to this, so we'll have a quick look. Have a little look-see in here. If my game survives the the cross-dimension traversal into this horrific location. But hydrogen. Oh god, our frame rate here. Everything's fine. Sulfuric acid. Yeah, this he's cooking. Look at him. He's got a lot going on. We can go ahead and get a external storage and make some use of this guy. So we'll jump in here. Tell him he's a fluid. Tell him he can extract only. Cool. That should be perfectly fine. Now, will I be able to grab cables? I won't. Will my game freeze every 2 seconds? Well, where are we? Come on, cables. Oh yeah, cable time. Boom. Cool. Did that work? If we now go into fluid and right-click this. Nope, because I need to look at the east face. I guess it'll probably just tell me anyway, but I can go side config and tell this guy that he can output. And now if we open this, oh, I'm not on slurries. There we go. Now that should work. You know what? You might not be able to store sulfuric acid in refined storage. That might be the slight problem. That might be why we haven't done it. That makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it? That's okay. We will simply entangle it. That sounds like that won't end horribly, right? Let's go Greg Tech. Alright. Cool. How exactly do I want to do this? I'm trying to think. Well, first of all, I want this sulfuric acid to ideally be from mechanism. And I think it's as simple as dragging this across. Why can't I drag this across? Fluids, that's how. Nope, he still doesn't seem to care. I don't have sulfuric acid rights. I'm sulfuric acidless. That might be okay. How are we going to do this? We'll go entangle, jump back into the normal grid. Boom, place this guy down. We will have another chemical tank. I really don't really know. I really don't really know how this is really going to work. And what goes through this? What is it suggesting? Is it suggesting my mechanical pipe? No. I think it's suggesting it's a gas, right? No, it's a slurry. What goes through slurry? Let's do #slurry. Okay. So it is pressurized tubes. Pressurized tubes do slurries. Cool. So that's this guy. We go here. We tell him to extract. And so now this guy will fill up. And that guy will... Oh, no, it's not doing too bad. He'll have time to fill up. So that's fine. So we've got this here. Now, if I grab a bucket, is it possible to bucket this up? Is the question. Survey says no. Cool. Because it's a gas. Okay. I believe I need it to be liquid. Can we confirm this? Liquid sulfuric acid from mechanism does work. Yeah. So it needs to be liquid. Okay. We get a rotary condensator. That should turn it into a liquid. Grab this guy. Slap him here. Boom. Boom. I will have to tell this guy that on the left will be an output. That's not how that works at all. I'll have to tell him that for the slurries, the left will be an output. And that should work. I've probably got to tell this guy that the right will be an input for gases. Is it a gas? It says it's a gas, right? So I've actually got to go here to gases and change this to output, which seems to be working. Cool. Then this will turn it into a liquid. Okay, everything's fine. Everyone relax. That works. Let's go upgrades. Get 8 of each of these. Cool. Energy, speed. There we go. Awesome. Now I can get the bucket of liquid sulfuric acid. I can go into the pattern grid. I can say, hey, that should be liquid sulfuric acid. It should still work. We should get this fun stuff. Brilliant. We might also be able to have that go into a tank. What's the biggest tank we've got? This guy holds 32 buckets. I guess we can work with that. Place this guy down, set him to extract. Cool. And then we'll just external storage this guy. We'll do it on this side. Might look a little bit nicer somehow. That didn't work. Boom, boom. Tell him fluids. Tell him he can extract only. All right, cool. It should be doable. Should be doable. Now that's going into a chemical reactor. Yeah, a chemical reactor with no circuit numbers, etc., etc. These are all assemblers. These are chemical reactors. They don't have any circuit stuff happening. They are currently set up to do pulp and dust. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to have to break this and place this. Right? Extract, extract, insert. I'm going to have to make a new fluid grid, a new fluid section that is going to extract. And how much is it going to do? Is it a bucket? It's going to do a bucket. Cool. Interesting. What's the play here? I almost need to do 2 buckets. Two filters, right? Because we need, yeah. Yeah, this is fine. So, one of these will be liquid sulfuric. Liquid sulfuric. Can I drag it in from the side is the question? No. We'll hope that that's how that works then. This guy's going to need to be ethanol, I believe. Cool. They can do whatever they want. On the insert, they're going to be told to do... Oh, actually, you know what? I want the rate to be 1 bucket. Cool. And I want it to be 1 bucket on this as well. And that might hopefully work. Then we want to tell this guy, disable if you have 2 buckets worth. I don't think we disable it. I think we just let it do its thing. And that should work. Cool. Shall we give that a shot, is the question. I think we should. That's all set up. That's all set up. Alright. Shall we try this? Let's go here. Let's go ethylene. It will use ethanol and sulfuric acid. We've ordered 1 bucket's worth. We'll see if that even works. The ingredient buffer has the stuff. I repeat, the ingredient buffer has the stuff. The filtering is not working. It's not actually treating the liquid for what it is. Which is annoying because if I search ethanol, I can't drag it in. I can only drag the items in, which is what I've done. Okay. Interesting. What's the solution here, do we think? It might be to remove the filter and see if it still works. Ah, brilliant. Because if it doesn't, then it might be a sign of other problems. Interesting. All right, let's add these back since that didn't stop anything. Cool. All right, and then it's inserting. That shouldn't be a problem. Advanced chemical reactor. It's made in an advanced chemical reactor. Ethanol, liquid sulfuric acid, medium voltage. Allow fluid input from the output side. Yep. And it's hooked up. Same thing here. Very interesting. I don't know what's going wrong there. You know what I mean? What am I missing? Like actually, what am I missing? This is painful. I swear I'm doing everything the same. Because this is the buffer. This is literally, this is in the system right now. This is in this block. In theory. And it's been working before, where it should just extract. Max extraction rate. Like maybe it's the extraction rate, but like I can get rid of that. That doesn't solve anything. All right. Oh, I've got a new plan. I'm gonna remove this, and then we're going to extract from this guy at 1 bucket at a time, and then try to insert it that way. Did that work? I've got a city in here now, and I was hoping that maybe that would, like maybe it's able to access it better. I feel like I'm losing my mind. All right, I'm just gonna have to do things somewhat the old-fashioned way. I think I'm just gonna have to continue using like these mechanical pipes and running stuff like so, and that's just gonna have to be how I do it, because otherwise I'm gonna be messing around with this all day, I think. So I'll set that up to extract, and I mean it looks like it worked. This guy's empty, that guy's empty. Sure. Yeah, cool. Alright. Brilliant. So what do I have now? I have 1 bucket of ethylene? No, we don't even have the ethylene. Ethylene. Interesting. I'm gonna order another bucket. Sulfuric acid? Okay. What's going on here? It's making it, isn't it? I feel like I keep seeing it. The only thing that's possibly happening now is that it's ending up in here. If I disable this, we might have a better vision of this, I guess. Let's order another ethylene. What's happening? Yeah, it's taking the stuff out. What? Why would I ever want to take stuff out of that side? Surely that's a bug. That has to be a bug. But like I don't even... Whatever. Okay. Let me order another one, because that will place the stuff in here. Let me grab you and you. Cool. What are you doing? Nothing. And now what are you doing? You're processing. Cool. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. What are our other recipes? The pulp and stuff. Oh, I'm over it. Oh, I'm over it. We're gonna... like, once again, I know I keep saying it, but I'm sure there's something I'm doing wrong. But I can't think of it right now, and so I refuse to... I refuse to think about it. Alright, this is gonna go there. We'll disconnect that. Disconnect that. This will extract, and it will be placing stuff in there. I will give it pipe upgrades. Boom. And so what will that do? It'll do round robin. Yeah. We'll pretend that that's perfectly fine. It probably won't be, but once again, we'll just pretend it is. And then from here, we are going to extract as well. So I'm going to disconnect that, and it's going to go into there only, because we're making a fluid every time. Cool. Alright. So if I go into the fluid grid, let's try this again. And we want some ethylene. It should place... Okay, well it tried. Alright, what happens if... No. Because that's just going to keep alternating, right? Yeah. What if I order another one? Is it just going to double up? It's going to double up. Brilliant. That's what he loves to see. Okay. How do you say? Great. 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 Okay. Pipe upgrade. What are our options? The 100 mil buckets. 5. Boom. Boom. It's not gonna matter because it's just gonna boom. Boom. Like it's just gonna go back and forth. Unless. Oh no, it might work. Yeah, I think we do a 500 mil bucket one, so we do an improved pipe upgrade. I think that's the play. Grab one of these, chuck these in. Make sure that's round robin. These guys might be a little bit scuffed for a second, so we'll jump back into fluid grid. And we will go... Oh, you know what? I can probably just bucket it out, right? Yeah, perfect. I appreciate that you can do that. That will go in there. But if I now order another ethylene... Right? He's going to have to order some stuff, but it should do like 500... What's that? Is that forge energy? There's forge energy in this ingredient buffer. I've never seen that before. Alright. Good on ya. Yep, there it is. Alright, but yeah, so that should hopefully work. It's obviously, it's got some stuff to do. Somewhere down the line. Wood pulp, I guess. Biomass, all that fun stuff. Looks like the compressor has some work cut out for him. Why is there... Oh, I see. Interesting. I need to have this guy be set to 8 at the moment. This guy wasn't even working the whole time. That's brilliant. That's good. Alright, cool. That's back on the menu. Nice. Very nice. And this is all the ethylene that we've allegedly ordered. Majority of which I will be cancelling. Alright. Ethanol has been crafted, sure. And then ethylene. Yeah, whatever. We'll come back and check later. Regardless, we do have ethylene, which is cool. That's that quest done. Progress. Liquid polyethylene will be program 1. Interesting. You make this stuff in the chemical reactor as well, it appears. And you can use air, but you won't get as much stuff. So I guess you want to use oxygen. You got a few different options on how you do that. We could do liquid oxygen. That's not a bad idea. And that uses program 1, which we obviously do not have set up here. If we do, it's going to be a machine further down the line here, which I don't necessarily know if we did. And it's looking like we did not. Cool. Okay. Oh my god. What have I done? What have I done? Okay. I'm really trying to think of how I salvage this. You know what I mean? Because the alternative is that I set it up in such a way that I'm able to have them stacked on top and with different recipes, which we could do using filters in this guy. We could do it using filters in this. I could have a location destination for a specific item. I could set it up. How did I do it? I could set it up like this. This wasn't a bad idea. Entangled with recipes. But it just sort of becomes the same thing. Oh, my brain hurts so much. But hey, look, 500, 500. So it works. All I would need to do is update this to do 2 buckets at a time. And we can do that. So we'll chuck this in. We will say, not that, we'll say that, and that. It gives us that, and that will fix it. Now, at the moment, it's only going to make things worse, because obviously we've already got half and half in there. But, you know, for the rest of eternity, it'll be fine. How do I solve this problem now? I wonder if I can use one of these bad boys. What do you reckon? If we grab a brand new one, state of the art crafting grid. Grab one of these. Cool. I mean, it worked. Interesting. It sort of stopped working. I guess I can grab the whole thing out and then I don't know, and then do that. I think we just put it back in the system. I think you know what? I voided it. I shift right clicked and voided it, and that's okay. It's actually yeah, I guess it's okay. Whatever. Cool. All right, that should work again. Cool. All right. This is horrible. I know I keep saying it's horrible. I've got to set up more chemical reactors, and I don't know where to do it. And this is just a disaster. I'm currently not even using a controller here. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay. It's kind of not. What are we doing? Liquid polyethylene. With program 1, any chemical reactor. Alright, we're going to spend the last few seconds here fixing things and making a nice little design. I'll leave that how it is. We will give it a little bit of space and set some stuff up. Like this. And then we'll see how we're going to do this. So I'm going to go chemical reactor, advanced chemical reactor. We'll get one. Don't know how long that's going to take. And we're going to have a section here for it. So for example, I will grab a sign. This will be chemical reactors. And we will have them lined up along here in such a way that they look nice. Let's go fence. I kind of want like spruce log fences. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to do framed fences. But I don't know if that's just a horrible idea. How do I not have these automated? That's a question. What do we have? Spruce logs. Do we have walls? Framed walls? Were they easier to make? Harder to make? Kind of easier. I just need planks. Planks. Good old-fashioned planks. Can I get like 10,000? Allegedly I can. Beautiful. Let's go framed walls. Boom, boom, cube, boom. Make a couple stacks. Beautiful. Go into the walls. Very nice. So we're going to have a section here. I'm going to go spruce. All of this stuff will hopefully be copy and pastable. We'll see how we go. That's going to go like that. We will get our chemical reactor. And I think what I do is we be really smart. Phenomenally smart, right? Do we have anything that has numbers? Do we have any digits that I can use? Anything that will display something? The digit block will show the strength of an input redstone signal. I like that, but I don't think it's what I want. It's like almost what I want. Like it sounds like what I want, but sounds a little bit trickier than what I like than the effort that I want to put in. So we'll probably move that sign over a bit. But we'll have this, for example, and see this says 1. And so then can I get a strength? I want a redstone emitter where I can tell it how much to put out. And I know that exists, I just don't know what they call it. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you can do it with modular routers if we wanted to. You could probably do it with like an emitter. But there should be one that like lets you redstone magnet, some fun redstone contact, redstone relay. What's this guy say? Blah, boring. Redstone upgrade for functional storage, emits redstone signal. What do you think? Redstone transmitter, randomizer. Man, it's out there. It knows it's out there. It knows it's one of these blocks. You guys know one of them. The redstone rider from this guy can do it. Is that the play? Is that all I do? Redstone module, let's have a look. Redstone screen module. I feel like this guy might be able to do it as well. It's from the same mod. He'd probably do it a little bit better. Redstone emitter. Crafting emitter. Emits when something's being crafted. Okay. At RF tools. This guy's gonna have something. He has to. I could do an information screen with just one number on it. I guess that's an option as well. Ooh, no. What's this? A counter. A module to display the current count of a counter block. Interesting. Okay. Nah. Doesn't really work the same. I know what I'm after. Alright, this is an option. If you grab a clipboard from Create and you write something in it, you can right click on Nixie tubes and it will display the digit. So for example, we have that there, and then we have like the chemical reactor. And so you know, like, okay, the ones are in here. Ideally, we'd probably bring this back a bit. We'll probably bring this back a bit as well. I don't know how we're going to have this all set up. I'm just sort of trying to envision it, I guess. And so I imagine we'll enter in here. I guess we can place it right in front. And we'll have these placed out. And so like this will be 0, 0. This will be... Oh no, they connect. Who did this? Why did... I guess we wouldn't have them right next to each other, so whatever. What's happening? Stop this. So that will be 1. This can be 0, 0. Etc. And that should be pretty good. And if we do that for each of them, and we make it... I just want to use cables. I don't know if I want to use XNet anymore. I know XNet's so helpful, but I'm thinking that we just try to keep it simple. You know what I mean? I know we've got that set up with XNet, but like... With the XNet, you can't copy and paste the design. You know what I mean? Like with this, ideally I would just... Like with this one, I would just copy and paste it. Everything here copies and pasted, except for the extracts. I set them up, and then what? Like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. And then I think I just edit the recipes so that they fit how many we have. And I think that we can pull it off. So the one I'm planning to do at the moment is this guy, which is 01. For this, we will get a crafter. I know I've got this stuff on me, but it is what it is. And how exactly do I want to do this? I already just haven't given myself enough room. I don't want to be going under. No one wants to be doing that. We're going to have a crafter here. I will have it go into the ME interface. I think I'm going to have to do some messing around as I am right now. Because I really am not liking having to... how we're currently doing it. I did like it, but like, now I don't like it. It was good. Now it's not good. If this goes here, cool. And then that's just it set up. I just have this go all the way up. And then for extracting, we do the same just on one of the sides. So for example, that's going to touch there, unless I just move this over one. Which we can do. There's no harm done there. And so then this will go all the way up as well, as needed. This guy will be set up to do the extracting. Boom. And then that will go obviously into a dim chest or into this guy. So actually what it can do is it can go into another buffer. So these buffers, we're going to be mowing through them, so I'll have to set that up as automation. This guy will go here as well. Underneath we will have, if I can get up here, we're going to have these. So while I'm over here, why not? Let's get this guy under. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. That guy connects. And that guy will connect, but it's going to be an importer. He's going to have to be both. This is another one of those things where it's not going to be pretty to copy and paste it, and so I don't want to do it. Yeah, I don't want to do it. We're going to be super smart about this. I want all of this to be copy and pasted, Currently, all I'll have to do is set up the extracts. I don't mind that. The import, we can do that for items. That's fine. For fluids, we can't do that. I mean, we can, I guess. What would it look like? It would look like this. And then with this. And then that goes there. And that looks hideous. So if I wanted to be smarter, we would just move it down one. And I think we do that. Let me know what you guys think of this. I'm sure you will. But genuinely, I think I'm okay. I think we're fine. I think I just need a phase up. That's gonna work. We paste this, we go under, we turn one of them into fluids, and then we're happy with that. We set that guy to extract, we set this guy to extract, and that's all fine. We will want pipe upgrades, which is going to be a little bit annoying. I think we can probably just leave them as either one of these, to be completely honest with you. I think a basic would be fine. No. We do need 2 gold ones, because we want to be able to set this guy to round robin as well. And then we're going to hope that that works. And then on the right side will be flux points. 1 second, flux points. Cool. So, boom, boom, boom. Honestly, I probably do want to move this over even more. I want the next flux point. So like this is for number 1. I want that to be there. I don't want to have to worry about them like touching and connecting and looking dumb. So that's what we'll do. And I'm happy with that currently. So the pixie tubes we'll probably have to manually do, which is annoying. Let me know if you have a smarter way to pull that off that I can copy and paste. That's the main thing, is I want to be able to. The only manual thing I want to do is place in the recipes. I've got so much stuff to do though. This guy needs a thing every time. That guy doesn't. And then I don't even know what to tell this guy. I've got to tell him to actually extract on that side for both of these. Okay. That would work. And then what? Because that guy's not set up. I guess. Yeah, he's set up for the west, which is that side, to do auto input and output. Whereas if I hit this, now the north is that. Not a clue. North allows input. I don't know how to allow a different side to be output. My brain hurty. Let's give this guy an attempt though. I do want to wrap this episode up, but I'd love to at least get this thing working. So what do we have? We have ethylene. I want to turn that into polyethylene ideally using oxygen. So we'll do this. Program 1, yep. I'm going to search oxygen. I'm probably just going to do liquid oxygen. I think that's going to be the easiest, as in mechanism liquid oxygen. So that's going to be 1... I don't even know what I'm looking at. What am I looking at here? 1 bucket, I think. And so I want that. Cool. What's this? What am I looking at? Ignore redstone. Fluid grid. Okay, we do have oxygen. We have it in gas form. Let's go back here. Rotary. Like, I think you need... Am I wrong in thinking that we need to have proper structure in terms of, like, for organizing our base? Or should I just keep doing the jank setup I'm doing where I'll just set up a new reactor over there and we just sort of brute force it? You know what I mean? Like, what's the play? Genuinely, what's the play? I do want this to happen here as well. So I'm thinking I just place this on top. Give that power. Do I have any of this stuff in the system? I have this. That will go there. That will go there. Do I have these in the system? Not quite. Cool. How do I want to do this? Entangle block. We want there. Yeah. Tank. Here. I think we've got access to oxygen in Mechanism Big Time as well. I want to get this reactor running, and then I'll call it quits. for this episode, I think. But in terms of, like, we've got hydrogen, and then we've got oxygen going into these machines, and that's sort of all it's being used for. I think elsewhere we've also got oxygen being used. Hydrogen's happening here. Oxygen is happening here, going into these guys. But it's just sort of popping out of here. It's not really... I think hydrogen's the bonus that we've got in most of these. Okay. I mean, we can just add a tank, right? That's not a problem. Grab one of these. Boom. Cool. And just like that, it's full of oxygen. Alright, I'm going to yoink that. And I'm going to hope that I'm able to use it. Boom, Greg time. Yep, everything looks beautiful. Everyone's loving what they're seeing. I'm going to entangle that there. Come on. Yep. Come on, frames. Come on, frames. At least 2. Honestly, at least 1. 1 frame would be nice. Extract. Cool. And then tell this guy, hey, you're going to be accepting gases from this side. No, you're actually meant to be accepting from that side. He doesn't care. You're going to be condensing the gas. You will input from the left and out from the left. It's because this guy's not hooked up to out. So what's that? South. I need that guy to be south output. Oh! I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my energy. Please. Oh, Father. All right, nice. And it just tells me front, left, right. Like that's awesome. That's so helpful, man. This is the front. I want the south, which is the right, to be output. I believe. Output. I guess we can set like all of these to be input, output. That sort of does the same thing, right? Input, output. There we go. All right, sure. Boom, boom. Pow. Is this now working? It is. Cool. We're getting liquids. Awesome. Let's go upgrades. 8. 8. Cool. Pow. Pow. Nice. So that should get me a bunch of liquids. I can do not that. I mean, we could do that, but I think we're better off just doing external storage for now. Pow. Pow. Fluids. Extract only. Cool. All the reflections from what I imagine is some rain that's being cancelled currently. Looks beautiful. You'll love to see it. So what we will do is we'll go into the fluid grid. We'll grab some liquid oxygen. Thank you, thank you. We will jump in here. Nope. We'll jump in this guy. Yeah, and we'll tell him, hey, by the way, you're actually going to do a bucket of that. And that's going to make me exactly what I want. You're going to use the ethylene. That's all good. Pow. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Okay. Will this work? What am I making? I am currently making liquid polyethylene. I'm going to order a bucket. We have the stuff required. Will it go where it needs to go? First things first, it has shown up. Second things second. This guy is the north. He is allowed input, and yet he does not receive input. Liquid oxygen and ethylene. This menu's I'm just gonna tell you, this is horrible. This is genuinely horrible, this screen. I want everyone to be aware of that. Like, what is this? This is, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? What the hell's this, man? Auto. Okay, cool. Auto what? Auto output? Auto input? Both? Maybe. But who knows, because it's not accepting it. Is it because this guy's not set up to be 1? Will he not even accept the items? Doesn't seem to matter. Like, what? Am I crazy? What are you doing? What are you doing? Just, alright, what if you know what? I lied. I don't actually care. I just want to do that over there. No, he still doesn't care. What? What's this? I select this and I've got these selected. Alright, I've now made them auto. It will now auto input and auto output. But it won't. Riddle me this, Batman. Can I just bucket this stuff? Will that work? Bucket of you, bucket of you. Bucket of you. I don't even know what the second bucket is. The oxygen. No, the oxygen's in there. I can't get a bucket of ethylene, or maybe I did and it took it away from me, which I think is more likely. How much ethylene's in here? One bucket, 0.144. Okay, so no, that's a different problem. Is the problem that there's not enough? No, that doesn't make sense. That's not a thing. Why is it the way that it is? Like what? What is this? I could express my disappointment in many ways. There's not even ethylene in here anymore. I've just got buckets of oxygen. The liquid ethylene appears to have been evacuated. Important. Alright. So I've now got liquid ethylene, correct? Or polyethylene. Cool. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. I don't know how you would have, but hopefully you did somehow. I'm having a mental breakdown playing this game, but that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. We're gonna do it, okay? We're gonna get through it. The next episode, maybe we'll just like make that ATMB just to feel good, just to get a little bit of dopamine or something. I don't know. We might not, because I want the apiary. How do I get the stuff to go into the thing? How do I? Even like I was using XNet. XNet was perfectly fine, and then I got to that guy, and it was like I had no idea how to XNet. I don't know. Sorry if I was just dumb this episode. Hopefully it was just some sort of bug or something that I don't know. Let me know some good copy and pastable solutions. You know what I mean? Like, here's the perfect thing, right? I want to be able to move liquids and items with this pastable thing so that I can just paste a bunch of these and then I can just put in the machine. You know what I mean? Like, just move the machine over, place in the crafter, maybe change the recipe. You know what I mean? Like, if we've got a recipe in here that works for, you know, like I don't know, it needs to be split up better. Maybe I alter the recipe so that it works with what we've got set up. But I think that's just all I want to do. Honestly, at this point, even just, I don't even know. Even if I redistribute the items later, you know what I mean? Like maybe I'm set up an XNet here with an entangled chest or something like. I don't know, but I'm losing it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. Thank you, of course, to our donators and our channel members. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Melizzy and Final Phoenix 13. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully I've got a little bit more of my head around things. I don't know what it was. This episode. Yeah, I don't know. The stuff I trusted didn't work. and I don't know. Yeah. Not a clue. Not a clue what I'm doing. Let me know what tool I'm meant to be using to tell this guy to input and output on different sides. Because the interface is seemingly useless. As far as I can tell. Like, we can get a wrench. But it just moves it. Like, now up does item input and output. No. I want one of them to do it. I don't want... Like why? Why? Why does it have to do both? What am I missing? Thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. I don't even know what the thumbnail is going to be. Ugh.